Good morning. Hey y'all, hey y'all. I feel like I am out of place. Not out of place. I just feel like rusty because I haven't done this in 2 weeks. I was doing it like every week, but I kind of switched to every 2 weeks. And I feel like a little exhausted today too. I don't know. It's just like um I just feel exhausted. I just ordered some sea moss because when I start to feel like exhausted and tired and stuff, I be feeling like maybe I need something to give me a boost of energy. So last time I had bought sea moss and that worked really well. So I need to just stick to it and just like keep it in my regimen. So I bought this little speaker, but I actually bought it um excuse me, for trading because I record my trades and stuff. So and today is my first day of my learning lab. I cannot wait to meet all the lab girlies so many people applied. I accepted like I think 8 people, something like that, and maybe 7 people I accepted. I can't remember, something like that. But the people that applied, um, everybody's application was good, was nice, but I only could choose so many. So I'm excited for that. It starts tonight at 6 p.m. So I get to teach my lab girlies my fib technique and just like all about futures and trading, and I am excited about that. So yeah, so I bought this little you guys probably can't see it. I'm not promoting this or anything, but I bought it, and I was using it for trading, but I couldn't get it to work right on my computer because it kept on like echoing because I had the laptop and the monitor. They both have speakers. I was trying to make it so that only this speaker would work and it would knock out the other speakers. I tried it a couple times. Things were working, things weren't working. I was just like, I don't got to have time for this. So at first, when I put my monitor up, you couldn't hear me. So I figured out how to make it just be only my laptop speaker that's like taking the inputs. So, I mean, this has nothing to do with my Sunday verse review, but I haven't talked to you folks in a while. So, just letting you know what's going on in my little boring life. So yeah, so today the word of the day is love. Okay, so and it's crazy because my favorite verse always, before I started even like getting into reading the Bible on my own and just trying to learn things and know things on my own, my favorite verse always was 1 Corinthians 13. I don't know, I just was always drawn to it. I'm a lover girl. I People don't really know this, but like the men in my if I was like in a relationship, like I'm a lover girl. Like I be loving for real hard. So that just was always my verse. I don't fall in love easily, but once I do fall in love, it's like I be in love for real. Like I'm 10 toes down. But so yeah, that was my favorite verse. That's been in my bio. Everybody got a verse in their bio, but that's been in my bio for like 10 years, literally. That verse, 1 Corinthians 13, 1 through 13, because I just like that whole chapter. It's not even a verse, the whole little chapter or whatever. So yeah, so today we're gonna focus on Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 13, uh, verses 4 through 7. Whew, oh my gosh, that scared me. It was a bird just hanging out on my screen. I was like, don't get in here. Okay. 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7. And then 1 Corinthians 13, verse 13. I love that. That's the last verse in that chapter. I love that verse though. And it brings it all together. So 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 7 states, now, this is the NLT version. I don't know if I've been saying that. I usually read the NLT version. I sometimes read the New King James version as well. But this is the NLT. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable. and it keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Y'all, y'all heard that right? Do y'all practice that type of love? I bet y'all don't, because that is some hard love to practice. Because when you're in love, these all the things seems to come out. You always keeping record of your partner's wrongs. You always want to give up. You being rude, impatient with your partner. Like, y'all need to read this Bible to have a good relationship with um, uh, your partner, your husband, your fiance, your boyfriend, whatever you have. Relationship with friends. Like, this chapter will help you to have a better relationship and to love genuinely. This is genuine love. It really is. Um, I think that I love in similar in this way. Um, I am. I don't know. I think I do, because it's just when I'm in it like this, but I can get out of it quick as soon as I feel like I've been wronged too much. So I may not be keeping record of all the wrongs. I don't know. Maybe I can say them if I know I'm been wrong too much. But this is just amazing. This is amazing. And then 1 Corinthians 13:13, just to end it out, says three things will always three things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And the greatest of these is love. So remember, love conquers all. And Yahweh always says to love thy neighbor. And he talks about love a lot. So this is something that is big on your walk with the Lord. Try to focus on these key aspects of not being boastful and proud. Be kind, patient. Um, rejoice. You don't rejoice about injustice, but you rejoice whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful. Those are key aspects of just showing love, genuine love. So now this is gonna be short today, but I'm hoping that my speaker is working. It better. I'm telling you. So I'm gonna associate this to trading, and love is a genuine love for trading. You have to have it. Like, you have to have it. You cannot be in the trading world and not love trading. If you're in trading for profits, you're not going to get far. You have to be in trading because you love the process of it. You love the environment of trading. You just love being a trader. You love the markets. You love investing. You just love everything about it. And the love for and of trading is something you must have to go through this journey, because the journey is so long and stressful. I mean, long and stressful. After a few months, you feel like you've been trading for years. Like, oh my Lord, when am I going to get this? Like, especially for me, because I taught myself how to trade. If you get a mentor and someone to coach you through the process, I'm sure it's much better with the technical. Then you just have to kind of focus on your psychology, your trading psychology and stuff like that, and your risk management. But which your coach should teach you that as well. But if you're doing it on your own, like how I did, oh my goodness, it was rough. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was, because I still be going through it sometimes, but it's getting so much better. I just look back at days when I used to be literally in the bed crying, and I don't even cry. I'm not a crier at all. Like, I literally never cry. My mother always said, you cry once every 5 years, something really got to be bad. Trading had me crying and praying on my knees, like, God, please, what is going on? But it brings me to think about Deuteronomy 8:18. And I don't have it written down, and I'm not going to look it up completely, but it basically says that when God took the Jews through the wilderness. And then when he's bringing them out, he basically said, I did all this to show you that it wasn't your smarts that got you to the wealth that that they were getting ready to have in the land of milk and honey. Like, I want you to see that it was me that brought you through all the troubles and trials and tribulations and through the wilderness to a greater you, basically. And that's basically what he did to me with trading. I was in the wilderness, I was going through it, and then I prayed to him, I begged him, I was obedient to him, and he's showing me that it is him that has brought me to understanding the markets, being profitable in the markets, and just conquering all my lacks of self-control, my impatience, all that. He has shown me that I could not get through any of that without him. So yeah, Deuteronomy 8:18, I like that. So another thing is, if you do not have a love for the process and not the profits, like I was saying, you will most likely fail time and time again and eventually give up. So focus on the process of trading. Focus on your strategy. Focus on one asset, one strategy, one time frame. Focus on those three things when you're first starting out, and just start to begin to love the process and the technicals or the fundamentals, however, whatever you use, and the profits will follow. They will follow. Um, I love that trading is a brain skill. I am an intellectual by nature. I love to learn. I love to research stuff. I love to figure things out. Like, that's just who I am at heart. I just what is it? Sapiosexual. That's what I like. Yeah, I like people who can have stimulating brain conversations. But yeah, so I am intellectual. Like I said, I love to learn. Like, that's just what I like, to just use my brain. So once I found that, and that's something that I had to use my brain to earn a profit, that's what really made me fall in love with it. Like, this isn't an easy task. This is something I really have to figure out. And so that was very intriguing to me. Um, so because it was a great, so for me, it was like a challenge, like a great challenge, something for me to conquer. But I just did not realize, I just did not realize how big of a challenge it was going to be. And I didn't realize, I guess I shouldn't have known this, but how much I was going to need God in the process. And that's why, if they say, um, if you put God in everything you do, then you're supposed to put God first in everything that you do, because he's going to be the one to help you. It's like, you always thinking you're going to help yourself, or you're going to find somebody to help you do this or that. But if you put God first, he will guide you to the people or the person or the place or the thing that you where you need to be, basically. So yes, put him first. Put him first, okay? Um also, let's see, without God, I would not have made it this far in trading, because like I said, it was a struggle. But the love for trading, the love of God, him covering me and protecting me, and me just knowing to go to him in my time of need, that's how I made it this far. That's how I am where I am now. You have to include him in your trading career. Um, so oh yeah, the verse, 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7. A lot of the characteristics of love in there replicates a lot of how you have to be as a trader. Like, you cannot keep records of wrong, as in dwelling on your past mistakes, dwelling on past losses, dwelling on not following your rules in the past, dwelling on just anything that you did that was not that did not end in having a successful trade. You can't bring that into your next trade. You have to forget about that and just move on to the next day or the next trade, whatever your rules are, and just focus on, next time I'm going to follow my rules. You cannot be irritable, because if you are in a bad mood, you're not going to trade well. You cannot be boastful once you begin to profit. Once you begin to profit, don't be like those, what they call them, the trader boys or whatever. Don't start just acting beside yourself, okay? Like, still be humble and graceful, especially the ladies. Let's keep it cute. Um, you cannot be jealous of others' profits when you see other people profiting. Don't envy and be jealous. That's why my stock club is called Envy Stock Club. I know my page is the Trading Trance, but it's under Envy Stock Club, and it's INVY. It's a play on words. Envy, as in, but the INVY also stands for invest in yourself. So basically, invest in yourself and just watch how things change in your life. Yeah, Envy Stock Club and the Trading Trance is under Envy Stock Club. And most importantly, you can never give up. It says here on here, it says, love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. That's 13 verse 7. You have to do that as a trader. You cannot give up. If you want to be a trader, you have to focus. You have to come back every day ready to just have a fresh start in the market, and just keep going and do your best. That's all you can do. You cannot give up. It was days I wanted to give up. I don't give up. I don't take days off. I don't take weeks off. None of that when I was learning. Now that I have a strategy and I have like a good set of rules and things like that, I might not trade every single day, maybe 3-4 days out the week, something like that. I want to kind of get to where I'm trading 2 or 3 days a week, where I'm making enough profit to satisfy myself, to trade 2 or 3 days out the week. And if I'm not hosting any classes or anything like that, because learning how to trade, the point of it is to have time freedom. So you don't want to put yourself in, because no matter how good you get, even institutional traders, I've here been on the trading floor since the 70s and 80s. They said they still get a little stressed or anxious when they're going in and take trades and stuff like that. So it's always it is a skill of profitability. So it's always a possibility that you're going to lose versus profit. So it always is something that probably will keep you anxious, no matter how long you've been trading. So yeah, but you cannot give up, and that's where I'm going to leave it. So don't give up. Remember to just show up, and give it to God. Tell him, let thy will be done. Let thy will be done over my trading life. All right. So until maybe next week or the week, I don't know. I think I'm gonna start doing these every 2 weeks, but we will see. But until then, everybody, happy trading week. Have a good trading week. The market's open tonight at 6. So have a good trading week. And remember, love conquers all.